Welcome to the Drum Dum's Top 10 Worst of the Year. Let's weed out this junk. Okay guys, first off, let me just say I haven't seen every movie. I'm not one of those reviewers that goes and reviews every single movie that comes out every weekend. I generally like to go to a movie if I think I'm gonna enjoy it. Having said that, I did see some pure shit this year. So anyway, let's get started. Number 10 is Into the Grizzly Maze. I actually enjoyed this movie, but it's in the so bad it's good category. The characters are completely horrible and stupid, but the bear is the real star of this movie. I really enjoyed watching the bear completely rip these people to shreds. So I would recommend checking this one out actually. Number 9 is The Gallows. I think 1 out of every 10 found footage movies are actually decent. They just keep making more and more of these horrible horror movies. And The Gallows was no exception. Gallows was one of the worst of the year. In my review, I said I was kind of entertained by it, but overall, the characters were just so stupid in this movie, and there was no reason for them to have the camera on. So yeah, The Gallows. Number 8 is Maggie, the Arnold Schwarzenegger zombie flick. I did not expect this one to be on my list. I was really looking forward to it. I expected this to be decent. I mean, it's Schwarzenegger and zombies. But this just did not turn out like I wanted it to. There's very little zombie violence in the movie. It's more of a psychological piece. But I just thought the performances really fell apart in this movie. I don't need a zombie movie to be complete action, but you need to give me something in the way of memorable characters and good performances, and I did not get that with Maggie. Number 7 is an Adam Sandler movie. Who'da thunk it? Hotel Transylvania 2. I generally love holiday movies, especially Halloween movies, and I really loved Monster House. That's a great animated holiday movie, and I was looking forward to seeing Hotel Transylvania 2, but this movie was just horrible. It wasn't funny at all. It really felt like all the actors were phoning in their performances. So in the end, I just did not have a good time with it. Number 6 is Point Break. I recently did my review on this movie. I couldn't believe how bad this was. It didn't look like it was going to be great, but it just turned out to be horrible. This is not how you do a remake to an action film. I believe there's so many more things they could have done with this movie, but the first problem of the movie was the script. The script was just horrible. The actors really had nothing to say. Sometimes they said nothing. I highly recommend you stay away from this remake. Number 5, I might get some controversy for this one, but I hated Tomorrowland. I know there were some fans of this movie, but for me, it just did nothing. I thought the characters were stupid. I was expecting something maybe futuristic looking. I visit Disney all the time, and I like that section of Tomorrowland, but this movie just didn't feel like that at all. To be honest, it's been so long since I saw this movie that I don't remember that much about it, but I just remember hating it. So I'll probably have to go back and watch what I hated so much about it in my review. Number 4 is the Vin Diesel movie, The Last Witch Hunter. Wow, this was just pure dreck. This was just horrible. To me, this was just another phoned in Vin Diesel performance. Nobody looked like they were having fun making this movie. Elijah Wood was just completely wasted. Just a complete letdown. Okay, now my top 3 worst movies of the year. This is the worst of the worst. Number 3, Pixels. Pixels should have been a fun movie. Everybody loves those great 80s video games like Pac-Man and Donkey Kong, and I believe that they could have just knocked this one out of the park. They could have had a lot of fun with this idea. But unfortunately, it's an Adam Sandler movie, and you are stuck with really stupid characters. I mean, they had Kevin James as the president. Need I say more? And you had the one character who just screamed through the whole movie. Just a really stupid movie all around. Number 2, FantasticFour. I am shocked at how bad this movie was. From the trailers, this movie actually looked really interesting. I liked the cinematography of it. I thought these characters were going to be darker. And I'm not saying I prefer all comic book films to be dark, but I liked that they were trying something different. Well, they completely went the wrong direction in this movie. Dr. Doom is really just a shell of the Dr. Doom character. He has nothing to do in this movie. And they spent like an hour of the movie setting up these characters, but in the end there was really just no payoff whatsoever. And I know a lot of the problems behind the scenes resulted in what you saw on the screen. So it's a shame, yeah. Fantastic Four, just really, really bad. And here we are, my #1 worst movie of the year, Jupiter Ascending. Jupiter Ascending was just so bad. And it wasn't even fun to watch. This was just painful. You really had the worst villain I think I've ever seen in cinema history. And the guy who played him is actually a really good actor. I mean, he was in The Theory of Everything, did a great job in that movie, but the Wachowskis just really did not deliver on this movie. And really, I haven't liked too much that the Wachowskis have done since The Matrix, which is a masterpiece. So anyway, guys, that's it. That is my top 10 worst of the year. I should have my top 10 best of the year out soon as I see The Revenant, because I have a feeling that's probably gonna be in there. So anyway, guys, let me know what your top 10 worst movies of the year are. Looking forward to hearing your thoughts. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. And Humdrum out.